Hi folks, Pat the Wizard 345 here, and it's been a long time coming, but we're finally going to complete the original Crash Bandicoot Trilogy on PS1, which means of course that we're playing Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Overall, arguably it's my favourite in the original trilogy. Whoops. Sony Computer Entertainment Europe presents a Universal Interactive Studios production.
A game created and developed by Naughty Dog. Crash Bandicoot 4.
Press start to begin. Actually, I'll press X. Okay, now we have the intro cutscene.
Free at last. Uka is free. No, it cannot be. Evil, great evil has come. None dare to fail to break Uka even once. But you, Cortex, you have failed me twice. Great Uka, it was that infernal Bandicoot. From deep inside my temple prison, I sent you simple instructions to follow. But you lost the gems, you lost the crystals, and I have lost my patience. There is now no other power source left on this planet. No, we've had a few unfortunate setbacks. And failed. But since your bumbling has managed to set me free, I am feeling generous. There is still a way for us to amass the power needed to enslave this miserable planet. And this time the great Uka will make sure that you do it right. After many eons, my evil twin, Uka, has been freed from his underground prison. Long ago, I locked him there to protect the world from his malice. Now, free once again, he must be stopped. Children, Uka and Cortex plan to use this time-twisting machine to gather crystals that lay scattered across time. I have brought you here to recover the crystals before they do so. To open the time portal, simply stand on a button and then jump into the portal. Good luck.
Yeah, boy! Yeah, and I think I confused the two, but it's either in... I think it's in the main menu of Spyro the Dragon, where you can play a demo of this game, and in this game in the menu you can find a demo for Spyro 2, or I might just be mixing that about. So yeah, this was the first out of 2 games in the series where all the warp rooms are in like a central hub with a bonus one hidden when you complete the game and get more than 5 relics. They repeat this obviously in Wrath of Cortex, which I think is a really underrated game. And in fact I'd say it's almost as good as the original trilogy, but that's an opinion for another day. So, let's get this show on the road. Toad Village.
Crash, crash, crash. Why must you always muck in my mud? Oh, look, I have a mask helping me, too. We will find out which one is more powerful soon enough.
Okay. Oh yes. I spent my entire childhood trying to get this frickin' chicken. And today might be the day. Give me tendies! Okay. You're safe for another day. Oh, I can just about get it. So yeah, this game pretty much transfers over all the moves you did in Crash 2, but this time, every time you defeat a boss, you unlock a new power-up, and then the levels, as you progress, require you to utilize those power-ups a lot more. So then the game's difficulty naturally progresses, without being too obnoxious. Let's go check that. And recently, I've been playing Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time on PS4, and oh damn, forgot the life. And yeah, that game. The people said that the Insane Trilogy was the Dark Souls of platforming, but I think Crash 4 It's About Time is much more suited to that title. Oof. Yeah. At least for the time being, I have rage quit that game. So yeah, here we are onto the first bonus stage. Oh yeah, and the music in the bonus stages in this game are all variations on the Crash 3 theme, which would basically become, along with the first game's theme, would become synonymous with the official theme of the Crash games. So much so that they do this in Wrath of Cortex as well. And another thing about this game brought to the table is that the theming of the levels were a lot more varied in this game, in terms of the eras and terrains that you explore, which makes sense considering you're using N Trophy's Time Twister to explore the various passages of time to find the crystals. Oh yeah, and the amount of different animations you get from when enemies kill you in this game has been up tenfold as well. Basically, this is the closest to that meme of perfection. They took everything that was awesome about Crash 2 and just tweaked it to perfection, in my opinion, in this game. So yeah, that's... Also, when we get to the second variation of this level, which I think is in the next warp room, I'll tell you a fun fact about I think it's the difference between the European and American versions of the game. Yes, John. Let's go. Level 1 down. To the Crash Hustle. Yep. Right, on to level 2. Under pressure. Yeah, this is the first venture the Crash games did into underwater levels, and honestly, they're not that challenging in this game. Thankfully, there's only 2 of them. Although getting the red gem on the second version of this level is pretty, like, if you mess it up, it's a pretty obnoxious backtracking. But other than that, these are fine. Now, even doing the time trials isn't too bad for them. But flippin' heck, when we get to Wrath of Cortex, the underwater levels in that game are unspeakable. Just one word. Those freaking spiky bombs that drop down and you can go do one. But yeah, this is pretty much straightforward trial and error stuff. which I think was when the Crash games were sort of at their best. When not that when they were particularly easy. I mean, the first game is like pretty unforgiving, but these later on ones, they had the right balance of challenge and actual enjoyable platforming. And I've already brought it up, but oh my god, Crash 4 on PS4 is like, if they took all the hardest levels from the previous games and extended them beyond belief, and required you to almost do game-breaking sort of moves in order to get through a standard bonus level, it's just ugh. Yeah. If I haven't made it clear enough already, not too fond of Crash 4, it's about time. But yeah. Which I think was sort of one of the reasons why I came back to do my Let's Plays for the original trilogy, because I forgot how much genuinely fun these are. And also to like 100% complete, you know? Like I when I do a standard playthrough of the game, I don't usually go for 100% playthrough, but if I do decide to, it's still quite a fun thing to do. The fun fact in this game, so we got that little sort of submarine thing then. If you get hit without, I think it's either without an arc mask or it happens anyway, you don't die, you just lose the ability to do that, which means you can still progress through the level, but you can't get the gem, because obviously there's boxes hidden in the red bushes and stuff like that. However, in Wrath of Cortex, if you get hit, you die! Yeah. So that was sort of the... I know I said I was going to come to this game years ago. Well, actually, 1 or 2 years ago, I can't remember. But now, because I've been really struggling with Crash 4, it's about time, it gave me the inspiration to go back and actually play a Crash game that I actually like. So, and I thought, and then I remembered that we needed to do the next Let's Play, so I was like, oh, might as well do it. Okay, 2 birds with one stone there. Right, let's nuke our way to the end of the level. There we go, got the gem. Lovely. Oof. Oh, and as you'll see now, this game also introduced Coco as a sort of playable character, which they then went on to in Crash Bandicoot Cortex, went on to improve greatly. She becomes basically a full, platforming character in certain levels. But here's her first ever Orient Express. See if we can get the gem the first time around. In the first version of this level, I usually can. It's not too difficult. Oh yeah, if you bash those baskets up there, you also get extra one for fruit. Yeah, I think it was these levels I really struggled with in the Insane Trilogy versions of them. Oh yeah, and those guys hiding behind the platforms, if you boost them, that's how you get to the upper levels. Some of them have boxes and some of them don't, and it's just a matter of trial and error of remembering where the boxes are located on those little sort of sections. Oh damn it. Let's try again. Oh well, we didn't get through the first one. Right, let's jump on the platform. Boing. Ah, damn it. Banzai! Right, let's try that again. Off to an amazing start. Right. Well, this is going good. We're only the 3rd level in. Let's keep trying. Damn it. This is going to be a lot. Nah. I think I'm just beginning nerves. Damn it. Okay, 3 more attempts. If we don't do it, we'll just do the regular level with the getting the gem. So keep the flow of the Let's Play decent enough. Boing. So we had 1. That's 2. So this is the final attempt. There we go. 3rd time's the charm. Checkpoint. Phew! God. Glad that's over and done with. There we go, got my focus back on now. And the gem's ours, yes. Oh yeah, no, obviously this is the first going to introduce us Pura, who later on would become a playable character in my opinion, one of the most fun old school racing games ever, Crash Team Racing. Which is the remake of that. Now, Crash Snatcher Field I've been playing a lot recently as well. And I think that version of Crash Team Racing is a lot more difficult in terms of the physics of the game. But yeah. Going on. Oh, this is the first level with an additional gem. Yeah, of course, these were introduced in the previous game. Oh.
Uka and Cortex want Tiny get crystals and bring them to big Colosseum in Rome. Crash, leave them for Tiny, or Crash get crushed.
Yeah, and they obviously in this game they expanded upon sort of the personalities of the villains in the game as well. Because I think Dingo Dal's introduced in this game. He's the second boss. Whereas in the first game, other than Cortex and Engine, the rest of the villains just kind of made noises, but this time they actually talk, which is... See, little tweaks like that are what makes this game great. Now, in terms of the soundtrack for this game, like I say, I've given this a lot of thought over this. I think it's done by the same people who did the music in the previous 2 games as well. Overall, I think it's on par with the second one, the music. But there's a lot in this game. There's a lot more variations with the style of the music, which suits the different environments. Overall, melody-wise, I think the second one has the best soundtrack. But there's a lot. But I would say in this game there's a lot more variation with the types of music, like depending on the environment. Oh. I think the recording's about to run out of space. I'm just watching it.